Are you a Browning owner? You should be here today. It's the Browning Owners Club Day. We're here to try out every kind of new Browning gun, to hear from Browning owners about their Brownings, and more importantly to find out what Brownings say about their owners. What we drive, what we eat, what we drink and what we wear says something about us. The MG Owners Club is a membership of nearly 50,000, and so it makes sense to have a day where like-minded people come along and publicly declare their love for their gun. Sporting shooter game chef Mark Gilchrist treats his gun mean, but she's still keen no matter how she is dressed. Mark, surrounded by Browning owners holding a Browning, do you feel nervous?
Very nervous, because I'm the person who's going to be singled out to buy a new one, because mine's the oldest. And if you look in there, there's rust. This has seen a lot of action.
You are the sporting shooter celebrity chef. Now, this is not a chef image, rust, is it?
No, rust and general uncleanliness is not really a good thing for a chef. I have to point out that all of my knives and pans gleam, but shotguns, they do not.
Is this because you're rushing the game to the table? Is that what you're doing?
No, it's because I keep dropping it and then I wash it out in seawater, which as a general rule is not good for guns, as you can see.
Right, you're definitely up for a brand new Maxus. What does your gun say about you there? That's what we're here to find out.
I should think it says that I like wildfowling. I obviously got this when I was 12 years old, and I learnt the lesson of you must clean a gun that's been in seawater very quickly, a little too late in life.
Yes.
And despite my furious scrubbing, it still emerges a little bit rusty. But I think that's quite a cool way to roll.
It does the job.
It does, well, let's hope. I mean, it would do with a good person pulling the trigger, but unfortunately there's me behind it.
Is that the point about a Browning? Is that it does the job, or is it a little bit more to it than that?
I think they're exceptionally good guns. They're very well made. I mean, this has been through all sorts of hell. I mean, guns should not be treated like this, and it's still going. I'm 29 years old. I think I probably got this when I was 12, so if I could do maths, we would be able to work out how long that is.
A good long time.
Long enough for you had my money's worth, I'd say.
And you've shot animals that are now extinct by the look of it.
Well, this one is. This was a very rare form of bear that I wrestled to the ground.
Ladybird bear, yes.
Yeah, ladybird bear. And I would say you should see the look on its face, but I made that into a handbag.
Very clever of you to convert it into a gun slip.
There is really no end to my talent. Although I say myself, I was a bit full of myself to say that, but back to the Browning, I think.
The most famous celebrity chef, Mark. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, thank you.
As well as putting a few shots through your own gun, you can also try one of the new range. And what better place than the bouncing bunnies of the Browning Rabbit Mania layout? So this is the part of the day where we do Browning Rabbit Mania. You'll see it at the CLA Game Fair and at all the countryman fairs, including the Midland Game Fair. But it's here at the Browning Owners Club Day. Just watch those bunnies go. Doug Florent and the Oxford Gun Company are hosting today's event. He's a pretty mean shot and has a couple of guns from the Browning stable that he's particularly pleased with. Being a Browning owner also means you could be a Muku or a Winchester owner, can't you? No, yeah. Now your special Browning is actually a Muku, isn't it? Tell me about this gun.
Well, this is the first gun I ever bought. It's a Muku ORE, and I bought it 40 or 41 years ago, and I paid £130 for it new.
Doesn't sound that special.
It wasn't, it was all I could afford at the time. I started shooting them very much on a budget, and I looked at sort of all the guns that were available, and at the time Muku seemed to be a very good gun, so I bought it. As I say, I paid £130 for it new. And I always said that when I could blame the gun, I'd sell it and buy another one. And I've still got it, so you can never blame the gun.
So you never had to blame the gun. How many cartridges, how many competitions did you shoot with it?
I think I've probably shot 2 million cartridges through it in the 40 years that I've had
2
it.
million. Can I have a look at its barrels?
Yeah,
What does a gun look like that's had 2 million cartridges?
What does it look like? Rusty.
No, that's testament to some quite good cleaning, considering what's been through it.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all.
I mean, we used it as a school gun. We've used it for virtually everything.
This is also an unusual one. Let's put that one down.
Yeah.
This is an unusual one, and these are snap caps, so they're not real cartridges. I'm not handing you a loaded gun.
Right.
Tell me what What this? Because
Well,
it's got holes all over it.
Yeah, this is a gun that Browning built, and the idea was they machined everything out so you could actually see exactly how the gun works.
They've cut into their very smart engraving there, haven't
They've cut into everything so you can see how the ejectors work. This is how the hammers work, how it recocks itself. It's a brilliant little thing because we get a lot of customers come to us and say, how does this work, how does that work, why? It's something that I acquired.
Yes, I see.
Because I thought it was nice to have for customers to see how they work.
Well, we won't tell Browning where you got it from.
Exactly.
Right, cheers, Di. Thanks a lot.
Okay, no problem.
Some of the guns here are expensive, but if you're lucky, your dad might buy you one. I mean, we're looking today as much as anything about, you know, why Brownings are important to the people here. Is it sort of in your mind that your son should have a Browning shotgun?
That's going to be a difficult one to answer here today, isn't it? He's done all of his shooting to date with Beretta, up until the last 6 months maybe, or just before when he started shooting with a Browning 12 or an Ultra. But I think he's moving on to the Browning now. Yeah.
Yeah. And what have you been looking at today? What are you holding on to there, Connor?
Automatic.
A semi-auto.
Yeah.
And what do you like about that one?
Well, it's quite light and I just get on with it
Were
quite
you
well.
hitting them with it?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. That's what you want to do, isn't it? Yeah, exactly.
You're doing very well with that one, didn't you?
Another brand making an appearance today is Land Rover, courtesy of Cheltenham dealership Stratstone. Boss Martin Thorley feels these motors have the same qualities as the Browning shotguns. So a Browning is a kind of Land Rover brand as far as you're concerned?
Yes, it is. I think the two complement each other massively, to be fair. Land Rover are very much a quality vehicle with a quality backup, and very much the Browning is as well, to be fair, and they go hand in hand.
Thank you very much.
This is the first day of its kind. So why does a gun manufacturer go to all this trouble? What does a day like today mean for the Browning owners who are here?
It gives Browning owners a great chance to try their complete range of guns, from the new Maxus to B525 Heritage. You know, they can get their hands on anything and have a go, and also take part in a competition to win a Browning B525.
Are they a bit like your kind of MG owners club or Rolls-Royce AC owners club? Where would you pitch them?
I'm not a member of any of the automobile clubs, but they're a very knowledgeable crowd. They often ring up. They've had Brownings for years and years. They can tell you all the stories about the Browning since 1952 and each model they've had since then, and they know more specifications than probably I do. So they're quite an interesting bunch to chat to.
Demanding.
Sometimes, yeah. We try and help, but sometimes the questions are even past our limits, and we have to go to our technical team to find out sometimes.
Neville, are you going to do more of these days?
We have planned to do many more. This is the first, and we'll expand on this for the future and maybe run a couple a year. But for the moment, this is the first one, and we're really pleased with the way it's going. About 70 people turn up to today's event, and there's every expectation that it's going to get bigger and better. And it was a pretty exciting competition with a shoot-off to decide the overall winner. As well as the sport and the friendship, it's also worth showing up on the off chance of being drawn out of the hat and being handed a brand new shotgun.
I'm stunned. I really don't know what to say. I've had a great day out, and this very much tops it off, I think. I was looking to